You're welcome back to my channel Note the Point with your host Fairboy. Now, in this video I'm going to talk about manager replacements. We all know what is happening to our current manager. He's in hot waters. Definitely, he's in hot waters. His form hasn't been good. So it's understandable that maybe the owners are thinking about some replacements for him. So I'm going to discuss this in this video. But before we continue, please do the needful. The like button, the subscribe button, smash all of them and share as well, and I'll be grateful for the kind deed you've shown to my channel. Okay, so let's move on to these managers I'm talking about. So there are links to Pochettino, there are links to Jose Mourinho, Hansi Flick, as well as Luis Enrique. Now these managers are interesting in their own rights. I think they are all very good managers, but we are talking about which of these four managers that I just mentioned could help Chelsea Football Club. Now let me talk about Mourinho and Pochettino. I'm going to talk about them in a lesser extent because I feel like with these two managers, there's something interesting and off about them that I think that if they are ever appointed into our club, we are going to struggle. So let me talk about Mourinho in a moment. Look, it's undeniable what sort of achievement Mourinho has had. Mourinho was the reason why Chelsea became an elite team. He was the one who began our ability to win so many trophies under the Roman Abramovich era. So there is no question as to what he has achieved for us and what he has also achieved for Roma, as an example, for Manchester United. But if you look at the career of Mourinho, you realize that when it comes to the modern game, he struggles to replicate what he's done in the past. And it's not because he's a bad manager. I have this feeling that because of the type of players we've groomed, okay, to play football, he's struggling to get them to understand him, or he's struggling to coach them in his own way or in his own method, whereby he's kind of ruthless and brutal and upfront with them. So I think that with these kids that we have at Chelsea, who are, I would say, pampered, if Mourinho is ever to coach Chelsea, he's going to mess things up because these kids are not mentally tough, and that is the issue I have with signing Mourinho. I understand those who believe that Mourinho is a guy for the job, but I don't think that his style is going to actually translate with our players because of what they are. Now, Mauricio Pochettino is an interesting one. I think that he's a good manager. I have no denial about that. I've seen his achievements for Tottenham, and it hasn't been achievements per se when it comes to trophies, which I'll talk about in a bit. Achievement when it comes to style of play. I think he's a good developmental coach, I would say. He's kind of excellent there. We've seen what Tottenham had been under him. So, of course, he's undeniably a good manager. But he's not an elite one. I think that the fact that he hasn't won trophies in a while, like for Tottenham like this, he hasn't won trophies with them. He went to France and was even shocked that using PSG to win League A was kind of difficult for him in his first asking. So I think that with that, I don't think he's the right candidate for Chelsea, because Chelsea wants win. We demand winning as well as playing well. Let's talk about the last two managers, and Luis Enrique and Hansi Flick, because these two managers are recent. I think they are kind of young. Let me say it that way. So I think talking about them extensively would be better. So let's talk about Luis Enrique. Now, Luis Enrique is not managing a team. He's not committed to any contract. So he's kind of, I would say, cheaper compared to the rest, because I think if you're going to go for someone like a Hansi Flick, you have to buy him out of Germany, which would take another extra sum of money to pay. Good. So what is it about Luis Enrique that I love? I think someone who has been trained and schooled by the La Masia, obviously his style of play would be kind of exciting, right? Possession-based football. That is what Chelsea strive to play in the long term. So yeah, his football will kind of suit some of our midfielders, I believe. I believe would do. But there's one issue with his style of play, which I think that in the past couple of tournaments he's played with Spain, it's been a problem. Like the World Cup as an example. The reason why Spain was knocked out of the World Cup early on by Morocco like this was partly due to how he encourages his team to play. Possession, no ingenuity. There's nothing like individual brilliance in the game. So when things are kind of difficult, the team seems not to change their ways. And that is what I fear for a young group like Chelsea, whereby we need someone like this. Like, for instance, if Enrique says, go according to this, or whatever player you are, you cannot go against it. And that's a bit problematic to me. I think he's a good manager. He's won things. And I hope that honestly, for me, I wouldn't like him as much. But if he possibly comes to Chelsea, I think he's going to do a very good job. We have the materials for him to succeed. But personally, I would choose Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick's style of play suits Chelsea, I must say. He's much more direct because we have Sterling, we have Mudryk, Noni Madueke. These players are direct. And I think he's going to use Aubameyang way more than Kai Havertz. We've seen it in Germany. He does not often start Kai Havertz because of the cons that he brings to the team. If it were Hansi Flick, that were to get, but I would have loved it. The problem is, or his issue is, he's committed to a contract. So that will make him extremely expensive. But aside all this, I think his style of play is good. He has the winning mentality he's achieved. And if he's a Chelsea manager, I think it would be the best. So I would choose Hansi Flick as Chelsea manager. What are your thoughts? What do you think is best for Chelsea? Mourinho, Pochettino, Hansi Flick, or Luis Enrique? Drop your thoughts and feelings in the comment section below. And I'll catch you guys later in my next video.